Of West Virginia, in the Allegheny Mountain Range, the long, peaceful valley of the Cumberland country, the fertile farmlands of western Maryland, the rolling lowlands dressed in the lush green of early spring, in the autumn of the year, ideal fox hunting countryside, and the Tidewater country, through the heart of Maryland to the Atlantic seaboard. This is the territory of the Western Maryland Railway, with home offices in this striking new building in downtown Baltimore, with branch offices for personalized services in the major cities of the country. First, a major coal road, its western division reaching deep into the rich bituminous region of West Virginia. Then, a busy bridge route between the eastern seaboard and the Middle West, south and southwest. Finally, at its eastern terminus in Baltimore, Fort Covington, one of the best equipped rail and water terminals in the world. Originally formed to connect a valley with the city of Baltimore, Western Maryland is today one of the nation's outstanding carriers. Its reputation and standard of service have been earned the hard way by the steady application of operating methods designed to build dependability into track and equipment, plus the purchase and construction of every kind of modern mechanical and technical device for faster and better railroad service. This includes complete dieselization of its locomotive power over the entire trackage of its system. In its time, this steam locomotive was the symbol of power and strength, the romance of adventure and the fabulous expansion of American enterprise. It is a proud heritage. To keep that memory green, the Western Maryland Railway has presented this steam locomotive to the city of Hagerstown. Today, this old warrior is on permanent exhibition in a public park of that city, a memorial and a reminder of the old days of railroading. Today, a new era in railroading is underway. Coal is bigger business than ever before. More than 5 million tons a year moving over Western Maryland lines from the mines along the railroad and from mines on other railroads bridge routed over the Western Maryland. Coal for transshipment to foreign markets. Coal for the power plants, the steel mills, and the factories of industrial America. Big trains rolling, coal from the mountains of West Virginia eastbound, hauled by powerful diesel, as many as 12 units in each train for this long haul up these rugged mountain grades. Via Elkins en route to Cumberland, from Connellsville and the mines of Maryland, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, eastbound for Cumberland. Knobmount, Western Maryland's classification yard at Cumberland. Hundreds of loaded coal cars arriving every day, each car weighed at the scale house. After weighing, the big job of classification, cars rolling down a maze of tracks. Each car switched to its proper track for classification and makeup into coal trains for the ships at Fort Covington and industrial markets on the Atlantic seaboard. And then big trains rolling again. Coal train eastbound for Hagerstown, New York and New England, Baltimore and Fort Covington. This is Hagerstown, heart of the Western Maryland Francisco. This is the repair yard, largest of several servicing the railroad. These are skilled mechanics, trained and experienced in every phase of railroad maintenance, handling the most modern tools and equipment. Hagerstown is the center of Western Maryland's repair and maintenance operation, designed for precision work that keeps motive power and rolling stock in the most efficient operating condition. What are the other factors responsible for Western Maryland's high regard by shippers and railroad men throughout the country? Motive power, a great fleet of diesel locomotives and switch engines, kept in top condition and appearance, doing duty in yards, on main line and branches, from Tidewater to the Alleghenies. Freight cars, more than 14,000 in number, half of them bought in the last 10 to 12 years. The rest rebuilt and modernized to meet present-day needs in fast freight transportation. Every type of car you can name. These brand new flat cars for piggyback use. New conventional box cars. New air slide and compartmentizer units. And thousands of cars equipped with roller bearings in place of the old journal box unit. Road bed that's a railroader's dream. Heavy rail and prime quality ties. Kept in perfect condition throughout the year after year, to ensure top-flight transit for fast freight traffic. Continuous improvement of signaling and switching facilities for safer and faster mainline and subdivision traffic. More and more track mileage under centralized traffic control, through which switches and signals located many miles away are under push-button control, thus speeding up train operation and almost doubling the effective capacity of single track. The latest in direct communications for railroad use, in train-to-train and yard-to-train operation. And of major importance, Western Maryland personnel, out on the line, in the offices, in the yards and repair shops, getting the job done. The big job of railroading that needs doing day by day to keep their line up near the top of the heap in the field of American railroading. These, then, are the basic factors that have built for Western Maryland a reputation that ranks with the highest in the industry. A transportation map of the USA tells the Western Maryland story as a bridge route, a lifeline of through traffic moving between cities beyond its own line. Channeled through Hagerstown for routing east, west, north, and south. Western Maryland's gateway to worldwide shipping at Fort Covington in Baltimore, for cargo from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Chicago. Big tonnages of coal and fast freight turned over by B&O, N&W, Pittsburgh and West Virginia, Pittsburgh and Lake Erie, to Philadelphia, New York, and New England. Third phase of Western Maryland operation, an integral part of the world port of Baltimore. Fort Covington is Western Maryland's eastern terminus. The international flow of freight traffic by way of these deep water docking facilities puts the world on a Western Maryland siding. Here stands one of the greatest grain elevators on the eastern seaboard, recently expanded from a capacity of 4 million to more than 5 million bushels, or 3,000 carloads of grain. Fort Covington is too big in sheer physical size, too varied in operations, too broad in scope to be easily held by the eye or grasped by the mind. Its story is better told in statistics. Fort Covington is an immense railroad yard, which has recently been expanded by 1/3, with more than 50 miles of track. 18 trains in and out every 24 hours. Fort Covington is a modern coal pier with 2 automatic coal dumpers that can empty coal cars at the rate of 1 a minute, with room for 2 shifts simultaneously. USA. Western Maryland is American history, one of the stage settings for great events that have shaped our destiny as a nation. He traveled by train over rails that are today part of a busy modern railroad, the Western Maryland. A voice comes out of the past, echoing through the corridors of eternity. President Lincoln arrived at this station, and he left from here. It stands today as a memorial to that historic occasion. In the course of history, new problems arise, calling for new solutions to meet the changing times. Western Maryland has moved forward with the times into the second century of its existence as a railroad. Today, this road is not satisfied with the traditional needs and methods of old-time railroading. Modern railroading must meet the challenge of the time. Clearness of vision, boldness of concept, imaginative and progressive planning. These are the dynamics of rail transport USA. Western Maryland moves forward with confidence and assurance, rededicated to the principles of high performance to the region and the nation it serves, unfolding new facets of service in the mainstream